York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all bleed blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back.
You love like a Knicks.
Oh yeah, we back.
Let me hear you give it up.
The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we
New York City, New York, we back.
If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all bleed blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back.
You love like a Knicks.
Oh yeah, we back.
Let me hear you give it up.
The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back,
New York City, New York, we back.
If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all bleed blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back.
You love like a Knicks.
Oh yeah, we back.
Let me hear you give it up.
The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back,
New York City, New York, we back.
If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the York City, New York, if the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all bleed blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back.
Let me hear you give it up.
The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. New York City, New York, if the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all bleed blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back.
Let me hear you give it up.
The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up.
Films in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, MSG, stand up.
Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks.
Que lo que, mi gente, was good? Buck shots, bang, bang, bang. 2 shots in here, so I gotta let the shots out. You know what it is? It's your boy Ruel, 1/4 of the fantastic foursome out here enjoying this Fatful Friday. F around and find out today. We're talking about this weekly recap that we got, the week, a tough week that it was. So we're gonna be talking about that today. And I got the usual suspects with me. I'm blessed to be with my cousin and my brother out here. 2 shots is out there hustling and grinding. I think he's slinging rock. I don't know. Don't quote me. But he's trying to get this paper. I don't know how he's doing it. Allegedly. I don't know. We'll see if he joins up. But I got the new Knicks, who's out there hustling, grinding. You always seeing him on the move. He's laying down carpet. He's laying down the law. And he's laying down that truth for you. Kello Cat, new Knicks, talk to him. You're.
Salute, family. Salute to everybody out there. Welcome to the TOF show. Could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, doing it, vibing out, rocking out. Let me get to it. Yo, enjoy the show. We got something to chop it up about.
Yeah, we got a lot of chop it up, and if the new Knicks is out
No,
there
one,
working, if y'all know,
one.
my brother's out here, he's doing the thing, laying down carpet out there. Might put a mute on there. We got Machete Miggs. He's out there. He's on location. He's moving and grooving. Machetazo, que lo que, manito?
What's going on, primos? What's going on? ¿Qué lo que, mi gente? La 110, Uptown, New York City, New York Knicks. Talk some Knicks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it. Salute to Two Shots wherever he's at. You out there. I am Specials in the building, the freaking Rican who's out there tapping in the things back there, doing the doohickeys and pulling knobs and all balls. Balls on the ball, pulling knobs. But anyway, he's doing something. Hey, yo. Anyway, salute to you guys. And we got the dopest people on right here, the live gang. We see you guys out there. Salute to Andios. Que lo que, manito? What's good? What's good? We got Andios out here, Knicks Nation. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe.
Warning.
Yes, sir.
Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out.
What he said. Y'all heard that? It's that time. That's time. Salute to Andios, who's always representing the Knicks Nation out there. He is always on location. He's always helping. He's always supporting. Give that boy some love. Salute to you, Andios. Appreciate you. Buzzer beater, que lo que. We got you on here. Buzzer beater, listen, Buzzer beater is already asking some questions. We're gonna get to that though. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm not gonna ignore that question, but we're gonna talk about it because apparently it's out there. But we're gonna talk about this crazy week. Forgive us for last week for missing out a couple of days. As y'all know, my son turned 18 Sunday. I had my son's soccer game all weekend. He had one on Friday, two on Sunday. So salute to my oldest, who is 18, and my youngest son is in soccer, and he's out there acting like Pele, Messi, and all combined. So we're doing a whole lot of family things. So family come first, most side first family, and then y'all second family. We got love for you guys. Machete's back. Salute to Machetazo, who's back not only from Hawaii, recovering from the sunburn that he had out there. He was in the hospital. He's feeling great. He's out here. So praise to the Most High for getting my cousin out here healthy, enjoying his life out here riding around. He's trying to find locations for you guys out there. So much love that I got my cousin out here and my brother grinding out there doing the thing. Shout out to the Most High. I appreciate you guys. And the super chat to you guys. All right, thank you. Buzzer beat, appreciate you guys. My son did turn 18. So, I did have him when I was 7. So, I'm still young. This just happens. I diet white. Anyway, salute to you guys. We had a long week out here. We had the first game, which was against our first nemesis. Who I don't know. Johnny said he was going to join today. Johnny Harris, the Miami Heat fan. You out there, Johnny? He said he was going to join. I don't know if he's going to come on. I think he felt some kind of way because the Knicks just did it to his Heat. We body bagged him. It was a tough game against our nemesis. We played the Heat at the New York, Madison Square Garden South at Miami Arena, a.k.a. Madison Square Garden South. It was a close game. Overtime. Yeah, it went in overtime. So I'm not going to say it's close. So we started off very slow. We started lethargic. Our players have, last couple of games, it looks like they've been taking a little time to get into the game. First quarter, normally before we used to get to 30 points, and that's our thing. But for some reason, we started a little slow. Maybe the second half of the season is starting to wear on some of them.
We walked away with the second win.
Yep. And then in that game, Miami got off to as far as a 19-point lead. The New York Knickerbockers came back with OG fighting, OG guarding Bam Adebayo. Bam was trying to go against Cat. He was having his way against Cat. Cat's defense is, he's not known for super impressive defense. He's good defensively. But once we made that rotational switch, and then you had Deuce playing. Deuce has been playing a lot of minutes now. Deuce played a phenomenal game. He had some big shots on there. We had our biggest comeback of the whole season, 19 points against the Miami Heat. Goes into overtime. And then that was a hard-fought win. We had Captain Clutch himself, who's earning everything. Who, by the way, is he number 1 or number 2? I think he's number 1 in the NBA in clutch. I think he's behind Stephen Curry, in fact. I think he's number 2. Stephen Curry's number 1. Most clutch right now in the fourth quarter. So Stephen Curry right now is number 1. I'm pretty sure Jalen Brunson's out there number 2, fighting for that number 1 spot. In that Miami Heat game, Machete, when you were fighting, we saw our nemesis. What were some of your thoughts on that game? Seeing OG stepping up pretty big and coming back from a 19-point deficit to fight in your New York Knickerbockers. What was your thoughts on that? And while he's driving, I'll give some of the stats. So in that game against the Heat, the first quarter we started slow. We had 22 points in the first quarter. He had 27. The Heat had 35 points and we had 23 in the second. And the third quarter, where we've been finding a way, which is basically the championship quarters, we've been coming back. We had 36 points in the third quarter to their 25, and then 24 in the fourth to their 18. Tied it in the fourth quarter, and then went into that overtime, where we ended up scoring 11 to their 7 in overtime in a 116-112 win. You had Jalen Brunson with 42 minutes. He had 31 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 13 of 25. He had 2 steals, so he was balling out there. He did his thing out there. Then you had OG Anunoby, who played a phenomenal game, 42 minutes in overtime, 23 points, 5 assists, and 9 rebounds. So for OG to have 9 rebounds, he was involved in the game. He looked really pumped in that game. He looked really excited. So you're seeing a different OG in these last couple of games. Looks like they're involving him more. He's having a lot more confidence. Great win for him. Great movement. Karl Anthony Towns, 39 minutes. In that game, he was a little more involved. He had 19 points, 16 rebounds. He was 6 of 11, playing very well. Josh Hart, 43 minutes. He had 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Mikal Bridges, who played 28 minutes, had 5 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He was 2 for 11. He was struggling in that game, had a lot to defend. He was going up against Hero, was making a lot of switches. So he gets pretty gassed real quick. But in that game, if you guys were noticing, Deuce McBride has been playing heavy minutes, and it started in that Miami game. Deuce played 30 minutes, 12 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Good game. And then my guy that I've been keeping my eye on.
He had a great game.
Great Landry Shamet. What were some of your thoughts when you were watching the Heat game, the overtime win against one of our nemesis on there? What were your thoughts on that, Machete?
Oh, I was nervous. I was still confident at the end that we're going to put it through. We went into overtime. I knew we had it. Because they couldn't shut us down. We were, the captain just kept us in there. Brunson wasn't going to let us lose that game, man. And then the crowd was roaring. I knew we had that game when we went to overtime. And it was great. I love the back and forth of it. Both through everything but the kitchen sink at Jalen Brunson. JB's just too crafty, bro. I get mad sometimes when he hogs the ball because he has a lot of weapons. Sometimes I don't feel like he gets. I don't feel Bridges really gets in. I think the problem with Bridges is the wear and the tear. All the time that he's putting in and starting to show. He's not. He's been at it like that for years. Has a lot of minutes, which. On the bad side is wearing him down, but on the good side, he's gaining experience, I guess, because he's on the floor a lot of times, a lot of minutes. But whatever. All that aside, I don't think that also Brunson, because he's a little selfish with the ball, because he has to start scoring, really incorporate Bridges, and Bridges doesn't really get into it. Like, there's a lot of times I see that Bridges is open when Brunson will be making a pass, because playing hero ball, stuff like that. But it was a great game, and OG did great, and everybody worked really hard for the coach. When it's that game, it looked like in the beginning they were a little sluggish, because they were probably out there, doing whatever. It's Miami, but it was a great win, especially in Miami in the 305. I loved it.
And then what are some of your thoughts? You're seeing Deuce McBride getting 30 minutes. I think when Jalen Brunson sat down, him, Shamet, and Cameron Payne, they helped make some of that run and make up some of that gap coming back.
It was good. I hope that he gets minutes now, Deuce, as point guard, now that JB might not be playing the next couple of games. I hope that JB's all right. Shouts out to Jalen Brunson, our captain.
We'll get to that in the other game.
We'll get to that, but shouts out to him. I hope he's feeling better. And I hope that all the guys on the team are getting a little bit better. But right now we're hurting. With Jalen Brunson, with what happened to him the last game. It seems that Josh Hart isn't really 100%. I don't think so. Maybe he's at 80%. He hasn't been shooting confidently. It might be his knees. We don't know. Bridges isn't playing 100% because, like I said earlier, the wear and the tear, that on his body for all the minutes that he's been playing.
And Precious missed due to his hamstring again the last after the Golden State game.
He has a hamstring. On top of that, we're in the midst of the season. We're in the midst of the season. There's 21 more games left. The Knicks are 40 right now and 22 as of last night, losing to the Lakers. The Lakers are 40 and 21. So, we made it to that 40-20. We won the 40 games before the 20 losses. Whereas, the Lakers already had the 21 losses before they made the 40 wins. But, we're both a fifth in our conference. And, and there's 21 more games left. We're fifth in our conference. We're third in the East. And so that's where we're sitting at right now. We're sitting at number 5. We're injured. We got the Clippers tonight on a back-to-back. I don't know what that's going to look like. But going back to my point is that I hope that, that Deuce gets the minutes that he got in Miami and something happens and we can get that going because we have Deuce and campaign coming up right now. We don't know. We don't think we'll see any Kyler. Hopefully, that would be nice to see some Tyler Kolek tonight. Against the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers are. We're still gonna be playing in the same arena, but we'll see. Hopefully, the Knicks fan out there in LA show up.
They did last night against the Lakers, so they definitely were in the Lakers arena. So let's see if they come out with the Knicks. Yeah. Salute. Speaking of Knicks, salute to Just Knicks out there in the chat. Salute to you. Keith Watkins, salute to you, sir. Keith Watkins says, what do you say? Actually, he was asking for you, Machete said, hopefully you're feeling better. So he knew that you was out there in the hospital in the last game. So everybody wished you well out there for sure. Great take from that.
Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers out there. Thank you. God bless you and your family. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep. And in that Heat game too. So besides OG playing well, with Deuce coming in, Shamet playing in the game, the Heat had about 62 points in that first half. And in the second half, we started to hold them just except for the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. We held them to like 38 points. So you can see the defense, Mitchell Robinson has an impact. That's a game that you're seeing Mitchell Robinson get involved more in the game now. His timing's off, so that's going to take a couple of games on his conditioning before he gets back in play. You're seeing him play well. He held Bam in check for a couple of plays. His timing's a little off, so he got beat a couple of times, backdoor pause. But it's good even seeing him out there. He's got a couple of tip-ins, so I'm liking seeing Mitch. So the Mitch sighting has been confirmed. We have seen Sasquatch. He's been out there, but we held him back. I'm liking the defense coming around. I'm liking the Shamet campaign and Deuce rotation. Just got to get some heavier minutes on there. And Keith Watkins said we lost 20 before our 40th win as well. So we lost 20 before we hit 40. All right. Salute to you, Keith Watkins. Appreciate you. Listen and be safe. If you're driving and you're tuning into the Organic Fanatic, we appreciate you guys. Drive safe. Put the phone down.
No. I think that's incorrect.
Okay.
I think that we hit the 40 before we hit the 20. And I think that Miami game was a game.
You think the Miami one was the one that we got 40 first, and then we took the L against Golden State and got that 20? Okay. We'll figure it out. Somebody's going to put in the chat.
I'll tell you right now. Let me double check. I'll tell you.
All right. So that was a good game overall, and that was an overtime game. So that factors into the rest of these games that we're talking about now. Miami took us to overtime. We had the game won. We didn't close or execute at the right time, and then we ended up going to overtime. You got extra minutes on the legs, so that ended up getting them a little bit tired. No excuse, But then we moved to the next game that we played Golden State at home. So we played Miami, and then we got Golden State, which was the next game that we played here. Go back to March. Then we got Golden State, and when we played Golden State, which was 2 days after Miami,
Yeah.
so we went from Miami.
So
Go ahead.
the game
Okay.
before when we played the Grizzlies on Friday night, we were 39-20. Oh, he was right. We're 39-20. No, we hit the 20 before we hit the 40.
He just said it, and he's driving. Allegedly, he's driving, but he just said fact check. We were 39-20. So yeah, you're right. Even while he's driving, again. But salute to you, Keith Watkins is our official fact checker. He's out
The
there.
Miami game was the 40th win. Why?
That was our 40th win, but we were already at 20 L's at that point in time.
At that point,
Keith Watkins said,
because we had lost to the fucking Celtics.
The Celtics. So
Not
Keith
even.
Watkins had to do the old school move and use the knee to drive the car while he was searching. Allegedly, he's got a Tesla. And it's automatic driving. He's being very
That
safe.
20th loss was when we lost to Cleveland. Then we lost.
Salute to Buzzer Beater. Buzzer Beater loved the Bigfoot thumbnail. He said that was fire. Appreciate you, my brother. We tried doing something a little different. We tried switching it up, doing a little different. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Worked a little something on that. Appreciate that. Keith Watkins said he's still in the parking lot. He's in the parking lot. He is not driving. He's being absolutely safe. We practice nothing but safety here. All right, he got grandkids. He's being nothing but safe. We want safety. Seatbelt on and everything. He put both seatbelts on, the passenger one and his. Extra safe. That's how we do it here at the Organic Fanatics. Squad out here. We do it. I know you say.
Shouts out to the chat.
Shouts out to the chat. The super chats. He said still in the parking lot. We go to Golden State. That was a tough one. That was a tough one for me because you got Dumon Green.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Got to talk to me. Give me some of your thoughts. Okay. Go ahead, chop in now. Now you in the email.
Shout
The
out to
Miami
the
Suite.
safest chat in the world. Miami Suite couldn't fuck with us bully-footing them. And we came out with that dub. And that's how we do, you know what I mean? Excuse my in and out. Over here chopping it up, getting this paper.
Hey, hey, New Knicks. Is Johnny Harris with you? Have you seen him? I'm looking. Johnny, he said he was gonna be on the pod after the Miami. Johnny, you out there?
Yeah, I left them by the dumpster.
You out there, Johnny? All right. I think he's having some emotional damage. Yeah, we hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, yeah. He's out there by the dumpster next to the trash.
Having emotional damage. Emotional damage. The next one was on the 4th of March. That was a little tough for me. That one, that was tough, but still a good game until the 4th, where we just got sloppy with it. Turnovers. We had, I want to say, let me confirm my assist, because I know Keith Watkins is going to come out and check me on the assist out here. I think we only had 20 assists in the Golden State game. 20 assists. No bueno. Nope. 23 assists. Still nowhere near where we should be. Not enough for the movement. It was a close first quarter. We was 25-26 at Golden State in the first quarter. 28 in the second quarter. We went 29-22. So we ended up being a run. We were ahead for 2 quarters. Third quarter, Golden State has always been historically a third quarter team. They went on a run 35-26 and then 32-21 in the fourth quarter. We couldn't hit a shot. Once you let Stephen Curry get shots, it's over. They're a great slashing and cutting team. They picked apart our defense there. Precious Achua played. He played that game. He did play. He played 30 minutes. He did have 15 rebounds and 8 points, but it was a very tough game. It was tough for us to slow them down and keep shooting, but they went off. Salute to Stephen Curry, but dumb on Green. Good. I hate losing that one. Buzzer Beater says this West Coast trip was hard enough as it is. Now this. Yes, sir. That trip and Golden State's a tough team. They're fighting for position now. They got what you call them, the Knicks? What you call sweet man that went over there from the Miami Heat? Jimmy Butthurt. Jimmy shit on his drawers. Jimmy shorty shit stain. Looks like he's playing pretty good.
Jimmy butt hurts. Oh shit, Jimmy butt hurts.
I think they're
That's
9-1 with him. I think they're 9-1 with him, which is good for them. Whatever. Makes the West a little bit tougher. That was a tough loss for me to experience that with Damon Green and Jimmy Butthurt, two of the people that I can't stand, against one of the dopest players, who I think is better than LeBron. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Dirtiest play. Them niggas played.
I guess 2 negatives and 1 positive cancel each other out. I don't know. That's crazy, but the greatest in the game here. Go ahead and mute your mic, New Knicks. New Knicks, any thoughts on that game with Jimmy Butler, them beating us at the Garden against Golden State or Machete?
I mean, I've been a little bit delayed. By the time I look up and look at the games, I keep forgetting I'm in the West Coast, so I've been missing a lot of games.
That's right. New Knicks is in the West Coast. He's out there doing that right now. But in that game was pretty good. You had Jalen Brunson, 37 minutes, 25 points. Mute your mic, New Knicks. 25 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. Oh no, never mind. That's Machete talking with his dog. So we got a mascot for the Organic Fanatics. OG Anunoby had a phenomenal game. That game he was balling. He took over. He was super confident in that game. 29 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. He was 11 of 19. No blocks or no steals, which was a little crazy for OG Anunoby. He was in his offensive bag. Incredible game. He's the only one that kept us in the game. It was him and Jalen Brunson that were playing good. Everybody else was missing on there. We also missed Cat. A salute to Cat and his girlfriend, Jackie. I'm not sure what family issues they had going on. He's missed it. I think he hasn't been in the right headspace. She tweeted out his girlfriend fuck cancer after he missed that game. So prayers out to him and his family and to Jackie. Hopefully they're doing well and speedy recovery for healing for them. Also, salute to Josh Hart. Yesterday was his birthday. He turned 30, the big 3-0. Josh Hart turned 30, and he got a birthday present by LeBron James and Luka Doncic and losing that game. That was a hell of a birthday present. So that goes there. All right. And then, any thoughts on you guys on Golden State? Or are we going to go right into the Los Angeles Lakers? New Knicks. Go ahead.
Having?
No, okay. No, Buzzer Beater said, I thought New Knicks was in New York. Now, my brother is South Florida, but he's working right now in Cali. He's all around. He was in Alabama before, and now he's somewhere in Cali. So he's in California now.
Man. I just did a job in Alabama, went to Daytona, another job in downtown Orlando, and then flew out here to Cali to deal with this shit over here, this project, second phase.
Salute to Andios. So we got the dopest chat. Andios is Andios, on God. On God. We put it on God. So Andios said, JB, the x-rays of the injury last night came back negative per SNY sources familiar with the matter. Initial images showed no broken bones for the all-star guard. That is super dope.
Thank God. Thank goodness.
So
thank you for that. Facts. Shout out to Andios. Appreciate you on the update. We did have a lot of Knicks fans hearing the whispers about for some of us that didn't get to watch the game, we had the chat and I heard about the injury. Yeah,
let's go right into that game. Last night we played the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, that was a good game. This is a tall team. You got a team with allegedly, for sure, the top 2 in NBA history. I'm not going to call him number 1. People call him number 1, but he's up there.
Bullshit.
Salute to LeBron anyway for hitting 50,000 combined points, all regular season and NBA. No one's gonna touch that. Yeah, maybe. If you
How
play
many?
30,
How many of those came with tears?
47,000,
I mean,
I
he cried.
believe.
He cries a lot. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the asterisks of his tear calls should be astronomical.
Hey, you know what? Now that I think
And now
LeBron could be Dominican.
you got to actually your head,
Well,
nigga. Don't you ever say
I'm
those words
saying he
in your
probably
life,
listens to
bro.
bachata. He be crying,
Well,
listen to
yeah,
bachata.
Island niggas is kind of different. But listen, now you got two crying niggas on one team, bro. This is
You saw
crazy.
Luca was if you would have saw the game yesterday, it was constant, bro. It was, I mean, Luca.
I started watching it, and the first few plays that I see, Luca crying, I say, oh, just like his daddy, like LeBron. He's in the perfect team.
They fit perfect together. And that game, we were winning almost the whole game. They got off. They took the lead in the first quarter, 31-27. And then after that, we just started putting the pedal to the metal. We had 33-20 in the second quarter. Second half, the third quarter was even 25-24. And then Lakers just went on a run. And it's your boy, that boy, I don't know, Josh. I think Josh Hart's knee is really bothering him in the last couple of games. He's a trooper. He's a warrior. He's got that New York grit that he's going to fight through it no matter what. Because in the game, there's sometimes that being too tough hurts you, in a sense. You could see that was in the game. He looked right at Thibodeau, and Thibodeau asked him, are you good? And he says, I'm good. In those situations, you have to trust your teammates, in my opinion. That's where the player has to trust his teammate and say, you know what? Let me try to rest this knee for 2 minutes, put someone else in, and give one of your other teammates a chance. Because he got beat on 2 or 3 plays, backdoor pause, and then left Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, hello, can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah, we hear you. Go.
Yeah, and that instant, you gotta look down at whoever's backing you up and be like, yo, you got me? And that's it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's true. Like, these guys are a little too tough. Yeah, I mean, they know that them being extra tough is lead us into a worse predicament. They gotta learn to. Hey, it's time.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
You're breaking up. I don't know if you got to stand still where you was at, but go ahead. Jumping in the.
No, I'm just saying we gotta depend.
Go ahead, Nick. We hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we hear you. Go ahead.
No, I just said the starters got to learn how to depend on their backups, and the backups got to learn how to say, "Hey, I see you hobbling out there. I got your back. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Stand down." Like, it's on the job of the starter that could be injured or a baby bit hurt. You know what I mean? To give that head nod to his backup and be like, "Yo, time for you to step in," and you know what I mean? It goes both ways.
What were you saying, Machete?
I'm out here walking my dogs. Come over here, Lobo.
So your thoughts on Josh Hart? Either some of the players playing injured. Do you think that has some
I think
effect
that
on
he's
the
playing
team?
a little bit injured. He's getting banged up out there. You know, he was grimacing his back. I was watching a game. He got knocked down in playing the Lakers. You know, he plays really hard. You know, when he's healthy, when he's 100%, he's very energetic. He can rebound. He used to be a top rebounder. He used to shoot the threes. He was very confident in shooting the threes, but something's going on. You know, and I think that is just all the minutes that they're playing. The season's been tough, you know, and they are smaller guys, so you know they take those Villanova guys, do take hits. Come here, Lobo.
And I want to give them props.
Josh Hart,
I got
something's not right, man. They got to get it together. They got to get it together. I don't know if it's maybe that. I want to blame the podcast. We could talk about that for a minute. Because there were guys. Podcast Piece made a comment about it, and also Perkins made a comment about it. And there's some of us that do feel that these guys shouldn't be. It's kind of like a little bit of a conflict of interest. Hey! Excuse me, the dogs are fighting. But it's a little bit of a conflict of interest that you're doing a podcast. Okay, you got to make your money and earning money on the side, promoting, and then talking about whatever it is, And there's sometimes I'm not saying that all the time they lose games after doing a podcast, but it does seem that most of the times they do lose games after, and then a podcast comes out. Well, that's a little bit annoying.
Well, I mean, being 0-8 against top team, they deserve to put.
But then everybody's either blaming Jalen Brunson or Josh Hart. Why aren't they blaming anybody else?
But I don't know. I don't know why there's blame to go around. I think they're
blaming Mikal Bridges.
As we speak right now, they're 0-8.
They may be blaming Mikal Bridges, but to me, Mikal, at least he's just wearing down, tired. He may not admit it, but he's still playing every game. He hasn't missed, thank God. But he's been playing long minutes. He's since college. He's kind of a little bit, and he's frail. He's not like an super muscular kind of guy. He's lean, and thank God we have him. That we have a guy that is an example like that, and these Villanova guys, and you know what else? So is Jalen Brunson for the most part, and for the most part, so is Josh Hart. They're there, man. They're there, dude. You can't say those guys really missed. So it's taking a toll now. Right? So then you got Cat also playing with a broken fingertip and bad knee, and then personal stuff going on. Right now we're at our low point right now, and we just lost to the Lakers. We're losing. Our morale is down because we're not winning. We're not at our expectations. The Celtics killers. I think that shit pissed them off in the offseason. Everybody talking like that disrespectfully about them. And they can't, and it showed on that first game when they blew us out. But it is what it is. And overall, we have a very good team that's very feisty just like Jalen Brunson. And that's the type of leader we need. And we got a coach, I know people don't have confidence in Thibbs. And all I have to say about that is, I'm pro Thibbs, no matter what. He was there when we went to the finals. That's all I know. He was an assistant coach. And I'm hoping that he can take us there. That was the finals. I think that when the whole OJ thing was happening and we were playing Houston, I think we lost to Houston that year. Anyways, but he took us to the finals. He was there, that '99 team, and so I'm pro Thibbs, man. I'm gonna rock with him all the way, bro. And he makes adjustments. We still played. The Lakers, we played them in their house, and we played two of the greatest, number one and number two in the NBA, LeBron James and Luka, and they got good guys around them, and these guys are incredible passers. Luka and LeBron James
without Precious Achua, without Precious too.
I don't know even if Precious would have made a difference because the last time he got embarrassed out there. He got embarrassed out there last time we played the Lakers. So
last time we played him, he had 15 points and 15 rebounds.
It pisses me off more that JJ Redick got a team.
Mike, you're not listening to Dwight. Mike, you're not listening to Dwight. The last game, he said Precious had 15 points against the Lakers.
And 15 rebounds.
So.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I saw in my memory. I just remember him getting embarrassed by LeBron at one point. But
it's LeBron. He got a dunk.
He hasn't been playing Precious, and I don't understand why he hasn't been playing Precious. I'm a Precious fan. I love Precious. I
Yeah,
love that.
but we got Mitch back. We got
He's a
Mitch back.
homegrown.
So
But
Okay, well, find a way to play Mitch and Precious.
he has a hamstring injury. He had his
Okay,
I think
then there you
he's
go.
strained apart.
Okay, then he's got to pass. What are we going to do?
Yeah, he's he strained it, so he's been day to day. And
Oh, yeah,
I think Thibbs also wanted to see how Mitch looks coming along. Mitch has been playing 13 minutes or so. I mean, in the Miami Heat game, we had an overtime. Lakers game, we had overtime. Within 3 games that we played consecutively, 2 of them went to overtime. That's a lot of minutes on legs. That's a lot of effort mentally and clutch point games to play. It's tough, as you said. We're in the thick of the season. It was challenging, but I'm excited. I like my team. I get it. We want to win every game, but I like the fact that we've been in games. I like the fact that we were close. That we took them to overtime. A fact that you got LeBron, supposedly the greatest player in the NBA, and then you got a Luka, the next generational talent, and you took them to overtime, and you were winning most of the game. I'm not mad at that. In my opinion, I ain't mad at it.
not their fault that and that 0-8 record as it stands. We still gotta understand that Mitch wasn't here that whole time.
0-8? You mean 8-0?
No, 0-8 versus
top teams.
Against
the top teams.
Are you including the Lakers?
Top team. Lakers in the top team.
Huh?
Who the
No,
top
I'm just saying right now that that's what was said on ESPN that we're 0-8 versus the top teams.
Celtics and Cleveland.
Versus Celtics.
Out of those 0-8, 3 of those games were Boston.
We lost to the Cleveland. We lost to the Boston. We lost
3 to Boston and then 2 to OKC. That's it. Against 3 teams. They acted like it's 9 different teams that we're losing to. And those teams should listen. Those are champions. Those are all in teams. Boston is for the reigning champion.
And look, let me tell you something. So then, those are all, in their conference, top 1 and top 2 teams in the NBA in their conferences, right out west.
Yes.
Now the Lakers are now the second in the conference, and I thought Memphis was second.
They're 4th.
So we beat Memphis, who was the second, I think, at the time when we beat them last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then either way we're losing to the top 1 and 2 teams in the conference. What's the fucking big deal?
Yeah,
and we've been playing injured, and now we're just getting Mitch back. So our chemistry isn't there. Our chemistry isn't there. So now we're getting Mitch back, and then now fucking OG's got
back to you, baby. No, like this.
Emmanuel says Lakers are the second seed in the West and the top team.
Yeah,
bro. My bad. I don't care too much about the West. They're great. That's fine. They may be second now, and if they're second now, doesn't mean that they've been balling. They won 8 in a row, and the West I think is within a 2 or 3 game from second to like 6. But all right, they're doing their thing. All right, you had to sell your soul to get Luka Doncic. All right. Whatever it takes, you had to give up ass cheek to get Luka Doncic, whatever it was. So what So what? What's the difference in Bruce Springsteen and Sidoshi?
Sidoshi.
Anyway, look, they're doing good in the West. I'm happy with my team. Only Knicks Nation is the one that had these expectations for our team and our players that they were going to win it all.
Oh shit, that boy rhyming.
Beat Boston, that they're going to do all these other things. The Knicks are just trying to improve and be a better team. We did a great adjustment by getting Cat, and we're doing all right. Now the injury to Jalen Brunson. Hold on, before we get an injury to Jalen Brunson, you Knicks, Buzzer Beater had a question for you. Buzzer Beater had a question. Yeah, asked you, and I'm going off what Machete said. Machete said he's all in on Thibodeau. He said he supports Thibbs, which we do anyway, but we're going to talk about it. He says, yo, new Knicks, how do you feel about Thibbs now? So he said, because apparently what's going out is that Thibbs is on a hot seat. People are not happy, and people, i.e. fans or whatever, are on the hot seat. So Machete and New Knicks go first. And Machete, you said you're a fan of Thibodeau, what are your guys' thoughts on you're seeing people turn coat on Thibodeau?
Bro, all right. Who's that? On Dios?
No, buzzer beater
On
ass.
Dios.
Buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater. I am a
That's fam. Yeah.
I am a fan since '74. I'm not one of these new era kids that are the fan of the back of the jersey. I'm a fan of the front of the jersey, but Thibbs represents everything that is in front of that jersey. Thibbs is the front of that jersey. So I mean, I'm always gonna ride with Thibbs. I know what we went through. Fizdale, Derek Fisher, all these other coaches. Besides everyone's dream of having Van Gundy here, which would never happen. Thibbs was, or Mark Jackson. I think Thibbs is better than all of those options. Thibbs is a person that is married to the game. So I respect that because I as well am married to the streets in this game.
Let me bring it a little more detail for you guys. So let's talk the last 6-7 games, or because that's what people are trying to diverse them, because we know that's how we generally feel about Thibodeau. In the last couple of games, since Mitch is back, since Precious has been back, since we got Deuce McBride back, since Shaman and Campaign, are you guys seeing anything different from how is he bringing in the bench players? Is he still riding the players with heavy minutes? Is he not getting other players involved? What are your thoughts on what the criticisms?
Hey, listen, Thibbs. I mean, Thibbs has been adjusting the same way the players have been adjusting. It's not like we see the same old Thibbs that he can't learn. You don't see rotation. People were saying we had 2 shots shooting at Thibbs that he wouldn't play Hug Porty. Hug Porty got minutes. Yeah, I mean, so you see Thibbs trying to show trust. The thing is that you got to win Thibbs' trust. How do you win Thibbs' trust? By hustling in practice and showing defense is your number one requirement. You know what I mean? And you got that team first attitude. So, I mean, Thibbs is always going to be Thibbs is always going to be New York culture for me. That's never going to change. So you could take that to the bank.
I'll buy that for $1. Good.
That's out to the.
Go ahead, Machete.
He don't give a shit. He don't care what people think and what he knows what he's doing. What he does. I don't see him. Okay, so he wears player and is hard. What he's doing is he's getting his main guys that he likes to play. Who he that experience, feel the pain and get that experience that you're gonna have playoffs. So it's a conditioning that he's putting his guys through. Do they have close like I've been? Yeah. Dude, we were before this game, we were 5-0 in overtime. Who does that? 5-0? I didn't even know that. That's crazy. So we lost one game in the overtime to the Lakers in fucking LA against LeBron James and Luka. That's not that bad, I don't.
Nah, it's not. It's definitely not.
And let me give this stat real quick. Since Boston, let me go to the game. So since Boston, even before, let me go to Cleveland real quick as a quick check. But since since the Cleveland Cavs game, even longer, since the Bulls game of February 20th, Thibbs is average playing 9 players in every game. So he's averaging playing all 9 players. He's not playing 5. The 5 players haven't been playing 40+ minutes in all 9 games. He's played 9 players in all those games out there. So that takes away the narrative of the minute police. That takes out the narrative of him burning his players to the ground. So I don't understand that portion on there. So and I can go back further, but I'm just because we're on a program and we're going through minutes here. Thibbs has played 9 players every game at least.
Mute.
Me? I'm on mute, or my
No,
brother?
Phil. Phil should.
So Thibbs has played 9 players every game since the Bulls game. So he's playing the players. He's giving them minutes. Deuce played 30 in one of the games. He's been averaging about 25 minutes. He's probably going to be starting tonight. So I don't understand what the hot seat. If you guys can tell me in the chat, what is a hot seat question for Thibodeau? We won a lot of our games. No coach has dealt with the injuries that we have throughout the whole season. The Celtics have been completely healthy, minus KP. You're on mute, Michelle. I can't hear you.
Getting the dogs.
So I don't understand the hot seat for Thibbs. We have 2 players since Clyde and Earl the Pearl to make the playoffs. You have the number 1 clutch player in the NBA this season with Thibodeau. You got Josh Hart playing the best game he's ever played. He's about to pass Walt Clyde Drexler in most triple doubles. Thibodeau has given Josh Hart the opportunity that he never would have gotten in any other team. He's given Jalen Brunson the reins and the autonomy to play however he wants that he never would have had in any other game. And that trust and that confidence that Thibbs has had has turned us into the number 1 clutch player, an MVP caliber player, a 2-time All-Star player in Jalen Brunson, a snub in Josh Hart as a player for All-Star, and how many triple doubles? And then you got Cat playing. You got OG playing great offensive game as of lately. He's got Deuce, who he gave him autonomy. Deuce is playing at a top level now. So I'm not sure what it is. And of course, as soon as we talk about Coach Thibodeau, guess who comes in the chat? 2 shots. Also, as you see, Mana Bakaz, that's 2 shots. Of course, 2 shots. We're gonna save your thoughts. 2 shots on Sunday. You can give your opinion, or you want to put it here. I'll gladly read your comments. If you can tell me why you think the hot seat for Thibbs. We already know your opinion, so we appreciate it. We want to hear you say it, unless you want to say it on Sunday or savor it. I just don't understand the fighting for it. Yeah, maybe because we've taken some L's. I don't know. But I from what I saw this week, we've been in contention with almost every team. It took 2 of them to take us to OT. Golden State made that last run as a championship team with a lot of experience, with another elite All-NBA player with Jimmy Butler. So on that, we'll see. 2 Shot says he's going to see us on Sunday, so he's going to be talking that. So I don't understand that. Buzzer beater, if you guys have some feelings on it, put it in the chat and I'll read it. 2 Shots definitely got some opinions. He said he'll be here on Sunday, so salute to 2 Shots. He's definitely going to go in. I'm sure he's loading up his piece right now with his shots on Thibodeau. But
yeah, I can just see him making the bullets, making his rounds, getting them ready, lighting them up.
Oh yeah,
polishing the shotty, lubricating everything.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm enjoying this season. I'm enjoying my team. There's always things that you would like to see. Some, like, if we were all healthy,
it wasn't. I was watching the game and it wasn't that bad. And it makes 2 Shot mad. When I say considering, but we still only lost by 4 points. In overtime, once again in overtime in 4-9. Come here, Lobo. Come here.
Against the number 2 team in the West.
The number 2 team in the West.
Which we're leading the whole game.
We're fun to watch. You can't complain. It's like you said, we're a lot more fun to watch. We're still gritty. We're still feisty. And I can't see getting rid of a coach who has us playing like that. These guys are playing for him. You get rid of him. What now? And they bring a guy in. Personally, what the Cleveland has, I wish it was what we should have. We should be in Cleveland's situation with Atkins as coach. Instead of, I'm just saying it could in a parallel world with him and Brian, and you got. But whatever, it is what it is. But we got to really fight.
But what did they walk into? They walked into a team that's been together for 3 years. For those 3 years, if you don't recall, last year and the year before, Cleveland was ready to sell
all that we gave up.
Mitchell. They were trying to get rid of Mitchell.
There's stuff. That I'm not. I don't want to lose faith in the front office or anything like that because they've done an amazing job and we have a feisty team, man, which is great. We got guys that when we're healthy, when we're all back, it's 3 more weeks to reevaluate Huck Porty. Only 3 more weeks. That may be what 15, 18 games. Okay, but that's fine. But if we get him back and guys get better and hopefully Jalen Brunson can play tonight. He'll want to try to play, but I don't think he should be playing. He should rest.
He definitely should. He definitely should not be playing tonight.
Yo, it just shows Lionheart that he still took the free throws and made both free throws and got helped off the court because he's there.
Salute to Angrill.
And we gotta be there. He's there. I'm sorry, just the way he is. He's there for Thibbs, man. Jalen Brunson's there for Thibbs, and then the guys, he's there for his team, and so that the team is there for Jalen Brunson. They're there for the Thibbs. So I don't, that's how I feel.
He has not lost a team. That's the thing. When the coach loses the players, that's one thing. Atkinson and Brian.
How's it playing easy for him? You telling me then when he checks on them, they say, "No, I'm good to go, coach," and they're really fucking hurting. He's grimacing his Josh Hart grimacing his back after taking that fall under the basket last night, and he's still gonna come out there and try to ball out.
Balling for their coach. Oh,
he must have a good massage therapist at the end of the night. After a game like that, or they shooting him up, but he's built tough. That guy he's tough. And
his birthday too.
Yeah, on his birthday.
Taking all them hits to play on his birthday, still trying to stay in. That's crazy.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was celebrating his birthday.
And maybe the coach said, "Hey, if it's your birthday, I'm gonna let you rock out, do your thing, man." So I don't know. I'm a huge supporter of Thibodeau. I'm liking how he's coaching the team. I'm liking. Hey, everybody, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm team Thibbs. Team. Even sometimes when they piss me off because they're gonna do things that piss me off. But I'm team Jalen Brunson. I'm team Josh Hart. I'm team Mikal Bridges. Even though he pisses me off. I'm still confident that he's in a little bit of a funk, and he just needs some rest because he's just wearing down from all the playing time.
He plays the best defender on the other team every night. Whoever their best scorer, he plays them every night. And then we expect them to get 30 a night, him and OG.
I'm team Deuce. I'm team Shammer. I'm Campaign. This is my team. This is my squad I'm rocking with, bro. I'm team Hawk Pooty. I'm team Tyler Kolek to the end, bro.
Hey, and speaking of, like I told you guys, this was a part of the season that I'm analyzing the other players because according to with the front office, we obviously have probably the best starting 5, which was said throughout the whole NBA, probably the best starting 5 in the entire NBA. It's the others that's been lacking for us. It's been the other players. Missing Mitch, missing Precious, who's missing a lot of games now. Can these others?
Most importantly, Team Mitch.
Team Mitch. This is a blessing. I won't say a blessing in disguise, but
hey, man, he got 2 back-to-back wins, even though he didn't play a lot of minutes. But that's very encouraging. 10 more games. What he'll look like in 15 more games as long as he stays healthy. After games, I hope you're out there stretching. And he's out there dunking like normal. He's gaining his confidence every game, bro. Even on the losses. So what? We got what? He's got 1 loss, 2 losses.
Yeah,
it's okay. He's got 2 first points.
Yesterday was the only loss we had since Mitch came back. Everything else was a dub. Oh no, I'm lying. We lost to TS. So we're 2-2 with Mitch. So we got So I mean, I'm with it. I like our team. I like what we have. Tonight's a night that we're gonna get to see. Does Deuce start? Do you think Deuce starts? I definitely think Deuce starts. Do you think it's Deuce or Campaign?
Yeah.
Who do you think starts tonight?
Deuce.
You think Deuce starts? I think Cam starts.
Deuce start.
I think Cam starts.
Who else would be a third option? Plays a point sometimes when he was in the Nets. But I don't see him starting. Cal Bridges. But I would like to see Deuce start against
I
the Clippers.
believe it will be Deuce, but I forgot what game it was that Thibodeau started Cam. Now Deuce obviously played most minutes, but
Has
I
he
think
ever started Deuce in the game?
Yeah, he started Deuce in the game. I think he's done it. I think for the offense, I want to say he may start Cam, but he's more than likely going to start Deuce tonight because he's going against the Beard.
It would, okay. So if I think when I think about it, campaigns played out west with Phoenix Suns with Bridges and Cam Johnson out there, and so campaign has more playoff experience and also has more experience playing a Western team. So that's a factor.
And with Mikal Bridges, and he has chemistry with Mikal Bridges.
And
They
Mikal
played before.
Bridges, you got that. So
He's a good cutter.
that could be a good move. That could be a move right there. And then you have still Deuce. I do like Deuce coming off the bench. With Mitch. Still.
Most games it's gonna be Deuce. But I mean Cam started one of the other games that he did with Deuce, and I like Cam. However, I don't know if Cam could guard the Beard. But they are, and then you got Kawhi Leonard now, so you're gonna need some defense. I don't know if you need off to start, and then maybe Cam start running with Shamit, and they get something going in the second half. So it might be Deuce because you got James Harden as a starting point guard, and I don't think Cam can hang with him really. So more than likely you might see Deuce.
We're playing two all-star superstars.
And at the point too, at the point. So at the point guard position,
Ty Lue's a good coach. I think he's a better coach than Redick.
He's definitely better, right? Well, at least with stars for sure. And this is going to be a game where it has to be Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. Towns, I understand he's going through his little stress. He has, the bone that's loose with his thumb. So that's been an issue that he's been dealing with. He's also been dealing with his knee. But we still got to find him. We still got to get him involved in the game. I think we dropped the ball on that against the Lakers, where I think he should have been a little bit more involved. He is one of your best threats. He's best scoring big. I think in that part, I can maybe understand some of the people talking about the Thibbs questioning. Maybe somehow find a way to get him in rhythm and get him going. So I can understand that going to fire Thibbs and all this other stuff is out the box. But maybe Thibbs knows something. Maybe he just wasn't in there because he got some shots. But Thibbs had Karl Anthony Towns had to be a little more aggressive at that point in time. But this still being fresh that he's having his girlfriend's issue or whatever family thing she's going to. Maybe he's maybe still in his head and he just didn't have it going and just trying to be out there with help the defenses collapse a little bit. So we'll see. But this got to be a game. I'm still looking at a game tonight for Bridges and Cat. They got to dominate. OG's been cooking. OG has been on fire since he had 29 in Golden State. He's been playing really good. So I would love to see that same aggressive OG. He looks really confident. He looks like we're going to him. So we're going to need all of OG and Bridges today. We're going to need the wing stop to, be hot wings, not mild wings. We don't like the mild. We need them to be hot and spicy today.
I'm gonna need Deuce and Camp to pick their spots and shoot wisely, and of course play good defense. Bring their defense and their wit and pick their spots. And everybody stop trying to hit threes. Try to confuse them with because Harden is a crafty player, and we're just gonna have to play a very good defense and pick our spots wisely. I hope that because when Cam and Deuce get it going, yeah, it's a good thing.
Salute to the Michael Drake in the chat. Salute to you, family. Okay. Good seeing you here. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Angro said, what? Okay, yeah. Angro says Cat not getting the ball is on the PGs, whoever's out there. So I agree. The point guard, there was a couple of times that Cat was looking for the ball, and there was, I think, that campaign took the shot and didn't get it to him. There was another time that Cat was in the low post, and I think he had the advantage of, I'm not sure who it was that was in the paint, but he had the size on him, and then we didn't get the ball in time to him. So I agree with you, Angle. It is the point guards that are supposed to get them in position. Regardless of whatever the play is, you got to look for the mismatch and advantages, and we got to be better at that. It is on the point guards for not getting it to them. I think Deuce did it also. There was a time that Deuce had the ball towards the end in the fourth quarter or OT, and then I think he took the shot or forced the shot. So we got to do better in finding Cat on there. Michael Drake says this is a must win versus the Clips. I don't know about a must win because we're down, but it's definitely a game that has weight on it because we're 4 ahead of the Pacers. We're about 4 games ahead of most of the other teams, and even the Bucks. I think we're 4.5 games on the Pacers, 4 games on the Bucks for the position. So losing a couple here, these other teams could gain ground really quick, especially Jalen Brunson being injured now. Jalen Brunson going to miss possibly a few games, so we got to be able to stay afloat and be aggressive. So it's going to be kind of interesting how these next games play out. I'm looking for the others in these couple of games. So I'm looking for Deuce. Deuce played a great game against the Heat. He had 20 plus points. I want to see a little more consistency with Deuce, and I know he's not getting consistent minutes, but he's getting heavy minutes as of lately, at least 20 in probably every game. He's probably gotten about at least 20 minutes in each game. So a little more consistency for him, at least 12 points, so we can get him to get 12 points a game on an average. That'll be really good. But I know it's challenging for him, OG, and Bridges to guard the best players and then produce. But that's your name, baby, Produce. And I think Michael Drake said that, Produce. Now that you're back with us. Michael Drake says no defense is a consistent basis. I think bad defense. I won't say no defense. Like with Josh Hart getting beat backdoor, Cat slow to help defense. Those are more. It's not that they're not getting the plays or coach isn't coaching. Like turning your back completely on the player you're guarding. Like Josh Hart's done that a couple of times. I think me and Machete were talking about that, like how he's getting beat backdoor. That's just not eye on man. That's basic football. I'm sorry, basic basketball. As if you're looking at the defender, even if you're looking at the ball, you have to keep at least a peripheral where you're seeing your defender. And there's a lot of times that he's literally has his back completely to him, and they have the back cut. That so those are unexcusable. Those are on the player. So it's not that a defensive call is being made by the coach that's not being hurt. It's just bad defense on the players that they're trying to take a play off. They're just taking a couple of plays off to try to get their strength back. But you can still face the man and and get defense. But I definitely agree with that. We played great defense yesterday, but didn't get to some of the rebounds once we got the stop. Yeah, we did get the stop. Some of those, in the Golden State game and the Lakers game, when you're looking at it, a lot of those loose balls just went to the other team. There was times that Josh Hart had it, and then, the Lakers got the rebound, Jackson, and then went. So we had a lot of the loose balls that we should have gotten that just didn't go our way. But that's basketball. It happens sometimes. What are your thoughts tonight, Machete? On you're possibly going to have Deuce starting, and then you're going to be relying heavy on Shamit, Campaign. I'm not sure if Precious makes it. It would be nice if Precious makes it. On those players, and do you think Thibbs? Which last night there was a couple of minutes where Thibodeau had Mitch and Cat together, and when he had Mitch and Cat together, it was a problem for the Lakers. We went on a little run with that outlook. You see some of that tonight.
Tonight to experiment. See what we look like without Jalen Brunson. Throw next man up. Next man up. We'll be all right. We still got Mikal Bridges out there, even though people aren't happy with his performance. He's still there. Maybe he'll have more opportunities to shoot and get some shots up there. Get some shots up and get some shots in. We still got OG, playing. He's healthy, thank goodness. We still got, hopefully maybe we'll get Precious back. That would be good. But, you're right. We still, most importantly, have Mitch, Rob, and Cat. And then you got room to experiment. So let's see what coach is going to adjust. He's going to adjust. But we're still playing.
Go ahead.
No, good, buddy.
So I like that combo, and I think Thibodeau has said it in a couple of press conferences that Mitch is the starting center, and that I think he plans on doing, which salute to Two Shots has been calling that, where Mitch and Cat eventually that'll be the lineup for the New York Knicks. That pushes Cat to a 4, and that's a crazy lineup. 2 7-footers, and then you got, OG, and then you got Mikal Bridges, and then more than likely you're gonna have Josh Hart come off the bench. And I think that actually helps us, in all honesty. I think Josh Hart getting all the touches, and I love Josh Hart, but I think him in the starting lineup takes away some of those touches. And as much as we need those rebounds, I think it takes away some offensive assertiveness from OG and Bridges. You know what I mean? Like, I think they can get a little more involved if they had more of those touches or fight for those rebounds or some of those putbacks. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Tonight is going to be crazy. I think. Who do you guys think in the chat? So let me know. Do you guys think campaign starts, or do you think Deuce starts? Let me know for that. And do you think we have a
Deuce.
Precious Achua sighting tonight? Go ahead, you Knicks. What are some of your thoughts on tonight?
How you gonna put Cam over Ducey?
I mean, he did before. Thibodeau did, but again, depending on matchup. I think the team that he did was it
We're locking.
Chicago? Good. Good. Go ahead, you Knicks. What were you saying?
No, my bad. I was talking at work.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on tonight? I think he's working. So Michael Drake says,
who we playing tonight?
So today it's a back-to-back. So we played Lakers yesterday, and then tonight we got the Los Angeles Clippers with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. And then they're playing, and they got Zubac as their center. So we're playing the Clippers on a back-to-back, more than likely without Jalen.
Bring that down.
And on an overtime loss to the Lakers the night before. So we'll see if he comes back on there. I think it's going to be a tough call. I think you start Deuce today because of James Harden. I think you put your best foot forward. You put him out there tonight. My surprise player today is going to be Landry Shamet. I've been calling for him. He's been playing good. Him getting heavier minutes is only going to help us. So he'll be the next man up. So I would like to see him. It would be really good if we have Precious. If we don't, it's going to be a lot of little guys. It's going to be a heavy campaign, heavy Shamet. We might even, and you know what? I think Machete might be right on that call. We may even see a Kolek, maybe a Kolek sighting. I don't even know if he's traveling with us, but as a third guard, I wouldn't be surprised if he does play.
Well, the injury report is saying Precious Achua, Jalen Brunson, Ariel Hawkporty, Mitch Robb all out. Mitch Robb out, Ariel Hawkporty out. Of course, Jalen Brunson's out. Precious Achua is game time, GDT. And then
How is
Clippers
Mitch out? He just got back. How is Mitch out?
He got injured. He injured can't remember what it was. I think a knee or his ankle.
No, I think it's because it's a back-to-back. I think it's a back-to-back.
Oh yeah. He can't play back-to-back.
It's supposed to be back-to-back. It's also back-to-back. So they don't have Ben Simmons, they don't have Norman Powell, and they don't have Seth Lundy is out for them. But last time we played, they beat us. The last time we played was December 16th, and they beat us 144 to 122. And then we beat them before that in November 6th, 111 and 97. So we're 50-50.
Complain about this not having pad. I don't know.
But when we lost to them, we lost to them, we played them away. We were over there, and they beat us by 21 points, 22 points.
And then, so Michael Drake has a question. I'm not sure if the New Knicks follows Westchester Knicks. I definitely do. But New Knicks, Michael Drake, and Machete, you too, if you want to jump in there. So there's a 15-man roster spot available. The fact that Mitch is just getting into game shape. The fact that Precious Achua is kind of tweaked his hamstring a little bit. And then you got Hawkporty out 6 to 8 weeks. Some of our New Knicks fan base, and Michael Drake's one of them, which it's understandable. They're asking, why don't the Knicks sign Moses Brown? Well, that's the kid you were talking about before, New Knicks, who in Westchester, he's averaging north of 20 rebounds per game. He's been in a couple of
I thought they did sign him.
No, they
I thought
send
they
them
did
back
sign him.
down. They send them back down because they got. I think that now the one who they signed and is traveling with us is Beauchamp. Now I would like if Beauchamp gets to play today, I would like to see Beauchamp. Beauchamp is Porter is out for the season. I thought he was coming back. So Michael Drake says he's out for the season because of the surgery. I thought he was going to be back in 6 to 8 weeks. It may be playoff time, and he's not going to be ramped up. So I can see that. I'm not sure why they don't play it, but he's been in 8 teams in the NBA. He was just in Dallas before. Lakers could have gotten him too, and they got the other player with him. He's good. He's just a little slow-footed. He's not that good at a free throw, but for rebound purposes, he's good. He's not much of an offensive threat. He's good in the paint. I like the kid. He's really good. He's been balling. He's been killing the G League. He's absolutely been killing, averaging about 20 to 24 rebounds per game. We definitely could use rebounds. You're going to have to look at him on a bench status. So, I mean, you're not going to put him as a starter. You're not going to put him with the chemistry of the 5. So you'd have to be looking at Mitch. I'm not sure when the last day when they could take him, but I think they're looking at more for wings. And that's why they went with Beauchamp. Now, Beauchamp was a sneaky signing. I agree with you. He said, Michael Drake says, Porty's out for the season. He says, I think Moses Brown is killing the G League. 20 points, 20. I agree. I absolutely agree. I've been watching him. I'm a junkie. I watch Westchester Knicks. He's been killing, and I agree. Whether he's insurance, I think the Knicks are looking at not so much the rebound as the teams that they would be facing in the second and third rounds. Wings is the biggest threat for them. That's how I think they're looking at it. I think Moses Brown is really good. I think the rebounds would help, but I think they feel between Josh, Precious, Mitch, and Cat that they have rebounds pretty locked out. And obviously they're injured and things going on now, but overall, I think they have enough on the system how Thibbs play. Not only can they play defense, that they could also rebound. Now, his defense is a little suspect. I won't say it's crazy suspect, but I think that's where the reason they're not jumping onto him because he's a little slow-footed. Can his rotation to be on help defense is a little lackluster. So I think that's why they don't sign Moses Brown because he's a little bit slow-footed. Great player. He has a good post moves. He has a good turnaround. He's dominant in the paint. Great rebound. He's great. He has good hands to catch. I just think defensively, I think he's a little bit slow. He says, I have one more question. Do we have enough to get past the second round? I'll let you guys answer that first and I'll go. Machete, the way the Knicks are assembled right now, and Nick, you guys can jump in there. Do we have enough to get to the second round?
Yeah. I definitely think we do.
Yeah,
I think we can get past Detroit. And who we get in the second round if we pass Detroit? Whoever is ahead of Detroit, Milwaukee Bucks, whoever it may be, I ain't afraid. We got one more game against the Bucks, and I think we own them. They're making a little bit of a run. They're playing a little bit better. They did a really good pickup with Kuzma, so they're playing better than they were at the beginning of the season. But if we have to play them in the second round, whoever it is we may be, I think that we got it. We only lose to the number top 1 and 2 teams in the NBA. We don't lose to anybody else. Yes.
New Knicks, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we could definitely get to the second round. That's not even a question in my head. I think if this were Vegas, I think we would be the dark horses of the league because
the Midnight Marauders.
The Midnight Marauders. Because listen, don't sleep on us. We just got our team. You know what I mean? So
we got weapons.
Bear the injuries and all of that. We're not scared of nobody at all. You know what I mean? You can bring whoever you want. We're not scared. We got too much. We got too much weapons, and we're not scared.
You tank, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think we have enough weapons. The thing with the Knicks and with what they've been talking about, the top teams and everything they talking about, and all those games that we played, we've never had a consistent five. We always had somebody missing, somebody was injured, and each time we've always had to adapt to whoever we had at that game. Whether it was missing Precious, how do we play without Precious? Then we got another game, we got Precious. How do we play with Precious? Precious gone, and then we have Deuce. Deuce is gone for 5 games. How do we play without Deuce? And it's been adapting the entire season, which to me is a blessing in disguise, as I was saying earlier, is that it gives each person the opportunity to grow and develop in a different way. It gives different looks for each player. It gives Jalen Brunson different looks and understanding how each player can help out. So to me, it's a blessing because it gives a sort of way that each player can develop along the way through the season in a way that they wouldn't have before if we have a healthy starting five. Kind of like, these other teams that have been together for a while, like Boston. And the teams that we play, Boston is a hell of a team. They're the barometer, they're the bar, and we just haven't played it up to their level. Now, these other teams, when it comes to, they're great in the game. We're 0-9, whatever that record is, 0-9 against these top teams. But in a series, it's a different thing. None of these teams, in my opinion, from what I've seen, have got, except for Boston. I'll give it a Boston. Except for Boston, none of these other teams, and maybe OKC, got that grit. You know what I'm saying? Like, got that grit that they'll. If you look at all the games, we've taken these teams to overtime. We've come back from 19 back. Yo, New Knicks, mute your mic, please.
Sorry.
No, you good. So, all these, we've come back from 19-point loss. We've come back from multiple games, multiple overtimes. Well, I think New Knicks set the record. I think in overtime, or we're like 5-0 or 5-1, and close games. I think we're 5-1, minus that overtime we just lost to the Lakers. We got the number 1 or number 2 player that's clutching in all of the NBA right now. 2 All-Stars, 2 All-NBA players. I mean, there's so much more that we have. You got Josh Hart about to break Walt Clyde Frazier's triple-double record. You got Deuce, who's getting confidence in his game. We definitely got enough firepower, enough weapons. Now, when all those come together healthy at the same time, that's when it's dangerous. We have not had that all year. OKC's been clicking on every cylinder, minus Chet Holmgren. I'll give them that. Minus Chet, who's a phenomenal player. So, but even that, they have our starting center, Ihart. So even that, they've been clicking on all cylinders all year. Not hurt. I mean, I take that back. Ihart was injured, but for the most part, they've been solid the whole year. Cleveland, no injuries all year. Everybody's been playing. Boston, minus KP, but he's always injured. Everybody's been playing. They've been together. And all these teams have been together for multiple years. We've been together 56 games, 60 games, whatever it is. So I ain't scared of that. In a series, I think everybody else should be trembling. If we're healthy, if we have at least 80% of our squad, it's going to be a problem for whoever we're facing. Just like last year, the noise and everybody loved DiVincenzo. We weren't supposed to be where we're at last year. We weren't supposed to be Philly last year. But it's the grit that we have. It's that tenacity. It's that cojones. You know what I'm saying? It's that grit. It's that Terry. If you remember, Terry used to play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's plain and simple. These players represent Thibbs. Thibbs is he don't take that bullshit, and you know what I mean. He's definitely he got his players to play for him, and only for him. If you could have put 20 other coaches there, I don't think these players give it they all. As if it was Thibbs, everybody has a pass with Thibbs, you know. So I think it's Thibbs that they fight for.
I agree. I'm not scared. And Angelo says, I believe defensively we were better last year. I agree. If playoffs started today, we'd be playing Boston in the second round. Listen, I'm not scared of whoever. Even if they bounce us and they beat us by 30, when they beat by 30, you had a mental break and you just kind of left it at the way it is. But I'm not scared of that. I think, and there's certain matchups that it is. I mean, matchup-wise, if they're really good, great. They could go up against a team that maybe they play the Bucks and the Bucks bounce them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they play another team that matches up better. Like if Boston plays Detroit, Detroit is taking Boston to the ringer for the most part. Detroit got a good team, solid team, deep team, young team, aggressive, very well coached. If they play a team like Detroit, don't be surprised if Detroit beats them. As great as they are, there's certain teams that just don't match up well against other teams. You know, if they match up well against us, great. Hopefully we don't play them and we play somebody else. We match up great against Milwaukee Bucks. That's a whole different outlook. You know what I mean? So it just depends who they're playing and who we go up against. That's all I'm saying. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Tonight's game is a start of what we're going to see, at least for the next few games, while Jalen Brunson recovers on there. See if Jalen Brunson, hopefully he's out. He's probably going to be missing maybe at least a week's worth, hopefully. Not hopefully, but, hopefully he heals and that he gets a better, healing on there. So, so Machete, tonight's game, who do you think is going to be the one to step up? You think you think Thibbs plays Deuce like a 40-minute game today since no Brunson? How many minutes do you think? North of 30 or less of 30 for Deuce?
I wouldn't doubt it.
You think Deuce is up there north of 30?
Yeah, he could get about a 30 piece. Hopefully Campaign comes in there and lights it up, steps up, Campaign was always like that six man type of guy. So he should light it up and do his things. The Clippers ain't what's the Clippers record? They're not too tough.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi just came back and Kawhi's starting the ball, so it's gonna be they're gonna be doing good. It's their bench again. It's to our bench. That's why this team is gonna be. I agree with you. Campaign, he's not gonna have to look over his shoulder for minutes tonight. So I think Cam could light it up. You know what I mean? Like normally he's looking over his shoulder. That is JB coming off the bench? All right, I'm out of here. So he's trying to get.
I definitely want to see Deuce do his thing. You know what I mean?
Think Deuce gets 40 plus. I think Deuce gets. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be out there with Mikal Bridges, just a little Gatorade sip during timeouts and get back out there.
This could be a blessing in disguise, man. This is the opportunity for him now to come and shine. Him and Campaign. This is what we've been waiting for in a sense, And so this, Josh Hart said he might be out a few games. Thank God the X-ray didn't show any broken bones, so we're fortunate, and they're ruling it a sprain. So we're lucky when he's lucky when it comes to that. But yeah, it would be a great opportunity for Deuce, and it would be a great opportunity to see Campaign do that thing, man. For real.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Brunson's in a walking boot, at least for a couple of games till he recovers. Keep the pressure off of his foot. But I think Deuce is getting 40 plus. What do you guys think in the chat? I think Deuce gets.
They're gonna have to, keep him, send him back home and get some rest, because even if you get a walking boot on him, he's gonna try to get out there on the court.
You put a Nike check on it and put me in, coach.
He might jump in there, put his uniform on, and try to trick things in there.
I wouldn't be surprised with Brunson, but I definitely think Deuce is going to get north of 40. I think he's going to be out there the whole game, which, as you said, will be a blessing in disguise. This is going to give the others the opportunity to get into some good rhythm and good rotation. So Cam, I think he's gonna blossom tonight, because if Brunson ain't playing, he's gonna get heavy minutes. He's gonna be north of 20, 25 minutes. And Shamet finally would probably get some consistent minutes. And once he gets in rhythm, it's gonna be a problem. Shamet is my guy. He's my X factor. I've been saying for a while. A lot of people sleeping on him. I would low key. I would like to see Beauchamp tonight. Most people are sleeping on Beauchamp. I seen him when he got picked up with Milwaukee Bucks. He said he wanted to be a Knick even before for his draft process. The kid is he's good. He's a young cat. I don't know if he's going to get the burn time, but I wouldn't mind seeing him out there. I wouldn't mind seeing him. Michael Drake says Kolek sighting tonight. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. Today would be a good game for Kolek. Today would be a good game for Kolek, unless unless Thibbs is just gonna ride Deuce and campaign heavy minutes. And I would probably go for the latter of playing heavy minutes with Deuce. I could see Deuce getting 40 minutes tonight. You might get 5 minutes or so for Kolek in between him and Cam, getting a little water break. So Kolek could be seen tonight. I would have put that past you guys. I definitely could see that happening, but in a small scale. I could maybe 5 minutes, maybe 6, but for the most part, it's going to be Deuce getting a gang of minutes. I mean, he's going to be at least for these next couple of games. He's more than likely going to be the next Mikal Bridges. Let Two Shots know the Minutes Police captain that to get on Tibbs' ass because he's going to be riding Deuce for the next couple of games, 40+ minutes.
He's done that. He's done that where he's put Tyler Kolek in there for. He called him up from a game where he had 40 points, 30 points, and he put him in the game.
I think he can get it. Yeah, I think he could definitely get minutes. I don't think it's going to be in abundance. I don't think he's going to be 15 minutes. I could be wrong, but in a game like this, I think he wants to see Deuce and Campaign. He needs Campaign and Deuce and Shamit to come around because we've had our bench is 30th in the league. This is a time for them to get into rhythm and to step up and to get into rhythm. So that's what I'm thinking, that they're going to get the most minutes because since we have the lowest producing bench, this could be a good time for them to get consistent minutes and find out what works for them against top teams. I mean, because we got a couple of teams, the Clippers, even though they're down right now, you're going against elite talent, James Harden, Zubac, Kawhi Leonard. So they got some good talent out there. And then we're playing Sacramento Kings as well. They're gonna be coming up on our next game. After this, we got Sacramento Kings on Monday. Then you got the Blazers, a young team, and then you're gonna have Golden State again next Saturday. So we got some games coming up. Go ahead.
Who's our backup center for tonight? If Precious injured, Mitch can't come in for back-to-back. Hook Porty's out. Who's the back?
A whole bunch of little guys right now. A whole bunch of little guys. That's why I think Precious may play, depending on how bad his hamstring is. I think it's a game time decision. He's our next one, and that was to Michael Drake's point. If we're missing all our bigs, can they play? And it's more, So backup is going to be a bunch of little people. We got they're going to be playing today, and they're just going to be running. We're going to try to outspeed them at that point in time. I still would like to see Bochamp. Chua's game time decision according to M Special, and I think he may miss it altogether. I think he still may be out. He still got the hamstring. There's got to be a lot of young people, and that may be where we get a Bochamp sighting. So I want to see it. I would like to see the young kid. Nonetheless, expect heavy minutes. I expect Two Shots to use this game as his barometer as the minute police captain to go off on Thibodeau. Because this game, I expect heavy minutes from everybody. Everybody's going to be playing 40, and it's going to be a short rotation because there is no backup. Okay? So when you see 6 players, 7 players tonight, there's nobody else playing. Bochamp has experience, which is what I'm calling for him. Now, and he has a regular contract. He didn't get a 2-way contract. They gave him a regular contract. He's got experience. He's about 6. And special. Can you tell me how tall is Bochamp? Marjan, is it Marjan? Jared? Marjan. I'm screwing up his own name. Anyway, but Bochamp. Anyway, I think he's about 6'7", 6'6". He's a pretty tall wing, so he may get a little burst. 6'7". Yo, I like that young kid. He's a sleeper pickup. The Don, ain't nobody gonna talk about this till next year. Watch, they're gonna be like, he's great. Like I was talking about that last year. Bochamp. Sneaky pickup. I see you. I see what you did, Leon. Bochamp, big pickup. McCullard is balling in Westchester. Does he get a call-up? That'll be interesting. Does McCullard get a call-up? Does he come up to the big team? And by the way, salute to Jacob Toppin and this other cat. Jacob Toppin is no more with the team. He is now with Atlanta. He was waived by the New York Knickerbockers in order to get Beauchamp. So appreciate you, Jacob Toppin, for all you've done for the New York Knickerbockers. Salute to you. He is now in Atlanta. He got picked up by Atlanta. So very interesting. A lot of shaking up, but I definitely would like to see Beauchamp play tonight. Deuce is playing 48 minutes out of 47 of the NBA. As crazy as it may sound, I got a close game. I don't think we win this one, but I see it very close, and I see great games by Deuce and Shamit and Campaign are going to surprise people today. That's what I got today. New Knicks, any final thoughts on today for the Los Angeles Clippers, the Knicks, your coach that's on the hot seat for the Knicks fans?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Shit, let's get this win. Yeah, I mean, it's a back-to-back. Clippers ain't really about it like that. So hopefully everybody can step up and get this win. And whoever steps up for JB, whether it be Deuce or Campaign, hopefully they do their thing and get some buckets and get the rest of the team going to win Thibbs' confidence. So when we do see JB and Harden, these guys struggling, you know what I mean, Thibbs need to have full confidence in his backup to buy our starters some time.
Thanks. All right, like that.
So it's a dub. It's a dub. We got to win.
You got a dub? You got a dub without Jalen Brunson?
No, we winning. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys know my brother the exaggerator, so I mean, listen, I think it's definitely possible. It's going to be interesting how it happens, but again, we fight and we find a way. The Knicks find a way all the time. That's one thing. We don't fall, we don't falter, we don't crumble, we don't flake away. We find a way, and that's what it is. Machete, any final thoughts for the game tonight?
He's walking his wolf.
He walked the wolves. Anyway, all right. So while Machete comes back, hopefully he comes joining back. If not, we'll have M Special give his final thoughts for him.
Yo, shout out to the chat. Thank you for rocking with us. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate you. Make sure y'all share, like, and subscribe. Get us to 500. We almost there. We at 380 plus, almost at 400. Yeah, I mean, shout out to you guys. Merch coming and 120 something more subscribers.
Hey, Michael J, hold on. Our defense is up and down. We need 2 defensive players in the offseason. So he's talking about picking up Campaign and Shamit must ball out. Michael Drake says that. I agree. I'm with you on that one. Campaign and Shamit must ball out. I definitely agree with that. Michael Drake says Deuce as well. Yeah, those 3. That's what I'm looking at tonight. Whoever plays is great, but I'm looking at the others. Today is the other game. That's what I've been looking at for a while for these people. Buzzer beater says,
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but really, I'm expecting more leadership from OG and Bridges to hold it in and be that second, third, and fourth option that we need. You know, so they need a ball out just as well as the Campaign and Deuce. You know what I mean? So I really want to see Bridges. Yeah, I want to see Bridges and OG.
Hold on, news alert, news alert. We have our own Shams. We call him On Dios, on God. He's a prophet for the channel. He's getting signals from the Lord, telling him what's up. On Dios has a news alert. News alert. God is sending signals to On Dios. News alert. The news is, according to sources, On Dios is our source.
This is our On Dios report.
On Dios reporting live. On Dios, can you hear me, On Dios? Tell me what are you hearing? On Dios is telling me that JB could be out until the playoffs. JB could be out until the playoffs. That is it. Which, that as we're looking at it, that's why I said a walking boot. We got 20 games. So we're just talking about 20 games. We got 20 games left. He could be out for 20 games. That's what I was saying. To a certain extent, this could be a blessing in disguise. but we're 4.5 games ahead of the Bucks and Pacers. This is going to be a tough stretch where we're at. So do we fight for our contention? So now we're looking at, for sure, Deuce, Campaign, and Shamit are going to be getting heavy minutes. We're definitely going to need them. I'm looking at Shamit to end up being the light version, the beta version of Dante. The beta version. I'm not saying he's going to score 30 a night, but he's going to give us a good solid 12 to 15. I'm looking at Shamit to step that up, and I'm pretty sure you may be seeing Marjan Beauchamp. I'm going to call it out here. Efrain, let me get it right. Excuse me. Efrain Mendez. Salute to you. First time on the channel. Appreciate you. Hey, New Knicks, you got to come back, give him that full brim. Efrain Mendez. Thank you. Good job, guys. Thumbs up. Knicks in Sacramento, California. Knicks for life, guys. Salute to you, sir. I'll give you the full tape of salute. Hopefully you're subscribing. Dale un thumbs up, manito. Dale ahí. Subscribe. Suscríbete ahí. Hit that notification. We on every Friday East Coast time, 5 p.m. Sunday East Coast time, 5 p.m. Hopefully you subscribe. Appreciate you for joining. Knicks fan in Sacramento. Que lo que? Cali. He's out there in Cali with you, New Knicks. Machete. We got Efrain Mendez. Que lo.
Did I just hear some bad news? Did you just say that he's going to be out?
Brunson possibly out until the playoffs, which more than likely 20 games.
That's big news, bro. That's big news. We really need him out there on the floor with us. It's really sad. I hope he gets better. He'll get better. Be back in 20 games. Better for us. Now we really have to adjust. We'll see what really happens now and see what Thibbs does. Minus our leader, who's been our greatest scorer the whole entire season. So it's going to be tough now, these games. So we'll see what happens, man. Maybe tonight's we'll get a win and it'll be a good sign.
I'm gonna tell you guys here early. I'm gonna tell you guys early that everybody is on the ledge. Still Knicks fans is still say on the ledge. You're trying to jump off. This right here, bear witness. Today's date, March 7th, 2025. This is gonna be the key thing that you're gonna look back to and seeing how the team actually developed, gelled, and became an even better team. This is where each individual player is going to dig in deep. Cat, OG, Bridges, all the others we're going to get to see what they can become without our leader at this point in time. Who's going to step up? Who can be that next player? And you're going to get to see it now before the Knicks become the next evolution of what they are. This is almost what we needed to a certain extent, minus the injury. Never want an injury, but where we can see what the other players can do. This is Deuce's time. It's a make or break for Deuce at this point to be that player that we believe it can be, and for the others to step up. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And we got to see Thibbs. How does Thibbs coach? And you guys got to see, can Thibbs keep this team afloat? Can we get W's? Can we do it without our best player in the game? And now we're going to see Thibbs, people that want to fire Thibbs, or you're going to be coming back here in 20 games and giving this man props if he keeps us afloat or if we sustain a winning style of play. So it's going to be interesting to see. It starts today. Tonight's game is at 10:30 against the Clippers in the West Coast. Let's see what they can do. Let's go Knicks. And y'all better be believers, just like Kendall's point. At front of the jersey, it's who's the front. We love everybody on our team, but it's that front of that jersey. We support everybody. Let's go Knicks. Keep your head up. All right. And we appreciate you guys. Final thoughts. They already gave theirs. Let's go Knicks. We up out of here. Machete.
Full brim.
Malik. Full brim. New Knicks out of here. Efrain. Salud.
Yo, shout out to you for holding us down. Sorry I couldn't give too much input as I haven't been on top of the games. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Mick. Shout out to fucking Mike the Specialist. Shout out to Two Shots on Dios. Everybody in the chat. Yeah, I mean, greatly appreciated. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for rocking out and vibing with your boys. You heard?
Hey, let's keep an eye on how this game is played tonight. We're going to see y'all Sunday. We're going to talk about it Sunday at 5 p.m. Machete, Manito, New Knicks, we out here. M Spec, take us out of here. Appreciate you guys in the chat. All love.
BOF to the death.
Forbes and Phillips in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The New Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah.